One thing I don't do, I'm the type of person, I'm a team player. So if God was in a situation and I feel like somebody feels trying to take his life, you damn right I'm gonna ride.
The verdict in the Hernandez-Govan trial. In case you missed it, that verdict came out roughly around 10:45 this morning, and it was not guilty on both counts. Hernandez-Govan was accused of being the mastermind in the death of rapper Young Dolph. He is now a free man, free to go after 2 not guilty verdicts.
Hey man, I'ma keep this G, bro. Dolph, you a soft ass nigga, you nice ass nigga. If you got a problem, you got a problem. Shut ass nigga. Ain't no more king of Memphis, you ain't king of South Memphis.
It looks like there's serious fire inside the enemy's camp this time, with tension flaring between Blac Youngsta and Yo Gotti. That's a shock to many, considering how Blac Youngsta once rode fiercely for CMG and Gotti, especially during the heated Young Dolph situation. He was known as one of the most loyal soldiers, even going as far as disrespecting Dolph after his tragic passing, showing just how deep he stood with the movement. But now, things seem to have shifted. Blac Youngsta appears to be out of the CMG circle, leaving fans wondering what really happened and whether this fallout could take a deadly turn.
Where you at?
Where you at, dog?
See the
Where you
last
at, dog?
You see me? Dolph at, cuz.
Where you at, dog?
Where you at? Where you at? We in Cascade right now, we just left the store. Where you at right now, dog?
The spark came a few days ago when Blac Youngsta went viral after removing CMG from his bio and announcing that he was moving as an independent artist. While some fans brushed it off, saying he's pulled similar moves before, like the time he did the same thing a week before Yo Gotti's birthday, only to still show up at the celebration, this time feels different. Now all signs point to him being officially out of CMG. The internet has since exploded with theories about what caused the split. Fueling the rumors was Blac Youngsta's own cryptic message on social media, where he posted, "Play with me. I'm gonna take away everything that came out your mama. I swear to God, all my brothers dead, so why not?"
Hernandez-Govan trial. In case you missed it, that verdict came out roughly around 10:45 this morning, and it was not guilty on both counts. Hernandez-Govan was accused of being the mastermind in the death of rapper Young Dolph. He is now a free man, free to go after 2 not.
The house gonna get turned upside down. Dead or alive, I stand on my own 10. That's why I'm respected everywhere I go. I'm the realest you'll ever run across. All my people know that for sure. That statement set the tone, and fans immediately began dissecting every word, searching for clues about the truth behind the tension. Blac Youngsta's posts didn't stop there. He followed up his first statement with another message that sent shockwaves through social media. He wrote, "I hold this together. Loyalty all we know. The house don't go against the house. That's the way my grandma raised me. God bless everyone." That alone sounded cryptic, but he wasn't finished.
I just want to say thank you to my attorneys, Manny, Robert, Haley, Beth, Handel, my private investigators, and Manny still helped me, and he knew I was innocent. Everybody around me knew I was innocent.
In a second post, he went even deeper, calling out what he described as fake leadership. He wrote, "These dudes see before, and they still misleading the youth like they some type of mob bosses. Bro, I'm going to bed right now, and it's 11 a.m. I'm sick of these dudes. I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to show them there's more to life. I blame the fake OGs, the fake big homies, the fake big brothers, the fake CEOs, the fake teachers, the fake people in your life not telling you right from wrong."
Hey man, I'ma keep this G, bro. Dolph, you a soft ass nigga, you nice ass nigga. If you got a problem, you got a problem. Shut ass nigga. Ain't no more king of Memphis, you ain't king of South Memphis, you ain't from the city.
But I understand it's hard to listen to BS from a BS person. I was once like you. I'm not afraid to admit it. God put me here to help you go through whatever it is you're dealing with. Fans immediately connected those words to Yo Gotti. Why? Because Yo Gotti himself has often admitted in interviews and in his lyrics that as the CEO of CMG, he drew inspiration from mob bosses. His very name, Yo Gotti, was taken from John Gotti, the infamous head of the Gambino crime family. For Blac Youngsta to fire off lines about fake CEOs and fake mob bosses on the same day he removed CMG from his bio looked like a direct shot. And if there was still any doubt, Blac Youngsta sealed the message with another post, writing, "Don't ask me about no dude you don't see me with. I don't allow nobody I don't respect around me." For real, for real. That was the same day he went viral for officially declaring himself independent. To many fans, the writing was on the wall. This wasn't just a misunderstanding. It was the official fracture of the Blac Youngsta and Yo Gotti relationship. So it became clear that people were blowing up Blac Youngsta's phone, pressing him with questions about what really happened between him and Yo Gotti. Instead of clearing the air, he kept posting, almost as if he wanted the world to decode the message themselves. He wrote, "90% of the people you see me around, it's only business for me, for real."
Where you at, dog?
See the
Where you
last
at, dog?
You see me? Dolph at, cuz.
Where you at, dog?
Where you at? Where you at? We in Cascade right now. We just left the store. Where you at right now, dog?
For real. Majority of my friends are dead and gone. I don't make new friends, for sure. The 1% you never see me with, we like real brothers. It's love, loyalty to the death with us. But truth be told, I'm cool on that fake love and loyalty from a few people that I realize been faking for too long at this point. I'm cool with standing alone. I'm cool with the fact that I have put trust in the wrong people a few times. I wash my hands. He didn't stop there. He doubled down, writing, "No more making it look good. We either cool or we not. Either way, I'm cool. I'm not like your favorite rapper, allegedly. I live what I rap the whole time. Dudes just sound good on songs. If I'm lying, God could take my soul out my body in the next 5 minutes. No cap. I cut a lot of people off that I thought was real like me. They either PB made, yes men, snakes, disloyal, ungrateful, don't believe in God like me, or think they bigger than the program." These words weren't vague. They carried the weight of betrayal, hinting at someone close who had crossed him. Fans immediately connected the dots, and speculation exploded online. Why was Blac Youngsta choosing now, of all times, to distance himself from CMG? Why push this narrative so hard? That's when a new theory surfaced, tying the fallout to the Young Dolph murder case. Just days earlier, a major twist in the trial sent shockwaves through Memphis. Hernandez Govan, the man prosecutors identified as the alleged mastermind behind Dolph's assassination, was found not guilty on August 21st, 2025, of first-degree murder. Prosecutors had painted Hernandez Govan as the alleged middleman, claiming he was the one who connected the shooters with Big Jook, Yo Gotti's brother. According to their narrative, Big Jook had allegedly placed a $100,000 bounty on Young Dolph, as well as rumored payouts on members of Paper Route Empire. But the case began unraveling after Big Jook's sudden death in January 2024. With him gone, a key witness and major piece of the prosecution's foundation vanished, leaving the entire case weakened. When the dust settled, Govan walked free, acquitted of first-degree murder in August 2025. The verdict changed the energy immediately. Fans began speculating that the acquittal shifted the playing field not just legally, but in the streets too. For Blac Youngsta, who had been tied to this feud for years, it could have been the opening he needed to step away from CMG without the same kind of legal spotlight hovering over him. At the same time, it left the biggest and darkest question unresolved. Who actually ordered the hit on Young Dolph? Another angle gaining traction online ties Blac Youngsta's downfall to his own words. His reckless disses toward Dolph, both before and after his death, created waves of controversy. Law enforcement had already been looking closely at people connected to the feud, and fans believed those comments could one day be used against him. Yo Gotti himself reportedly wasn't happy with how far Youngsta took things. Mocking Dolph after his murder wasn't just disrespectful. It dragged CMG deeper into negative attention and suspicion at a time when all eyes were on them. And if you rewind history, Youngsta's role in the Dolph versus Gotti feud was undeniable. While Gotti kept things calculated and low-key, Youngsta went all out with reckless energy. He even made bold public threats, once claiming he would slap Dolph and go after family members in the process. It wasn't just beef, it was personal, raw, and dangerous. When Young Dolph first saw Blac Youngsta's threats surface online, he brushed it off casually, responding with nothing more than a laughing emoji and a thumbs down reaction. To Dolph, it seemed like just more noise, not something worth giving too much energy. But Blac Youngsta wasn't bluffing. Shortly after, he was spotted pulling up to Dolph's neighborhood in Castilla, heavily strapped and moving with the kind of arsenal that showed he was serious about pressing the issue. As the footage spread across the internet, Dolph fired back on Instagram, calling out both Youngsta and Yo Gotti directly. He accused them of playing police games, stirring up reckless situations just to bait him into getting locked up instead of settling their differences like real men in the streets. From there, the animosity only grew louder. Youngsta doubled down with music. He dropped 2 diss tracks, Shake Some and I'm Assuming, both aimed squarely at Dolph. The disrespect reached an entirely new level after Dolph's tragic murder. Just days later, Blac Youngsta performed Shake Some at a Dallas nightclub. The crowd was stunned, and many fans saw it as one of the most disrespectful moves possible under such circumstances. But instead of cooling off or letting things fade, Youngsta escalated. He filmed the video for I'm Assuming inside a graveyard. In one of the most controversial moments of his career, he stood rapping directly in front of a headstone carved with the name Thornton, Dolph's real last name. The imagery wasn't subtle, it was a direct shot. The backlash was immediate and heavy. Fans, industry voices, and even people who once supported Youngsta were shocked that he would go so far, so soon after Dolph's death. The move cemented his image as one of the most reckless figures in the feud. Yet despite the outrage, Youngsta carried on like nothing was wrong, fueling the perception that he thrived off controversy, no matter how dark it got. Blac Youngsta tried to silence the criticism by posting a cold message on Instagram. He wrote, "I'm the type of dude who ain't never sat back and looked for nobody to feel sorry for me. I come from the heart of South Memphis where you get no sympathy. Don't even know what that is. With that being said, I could give 2 Fs what the world think about me." Instead of easing the backlash, his words poured fuel on the fire. Fans called it heartless and disrespectful, especially considering how much love Young Dolph had in Memphis and across the hip-hop world. The tension only grew heavier, and soon conversations shifted from disrespect to survival. Could the split between Blac Youngsta and Yo Gotti turn violent? Some say the possibility is real. Youngsta himself admitted in past interviews that he and Gotti often clashed because of his reckless moves. While Gotti has always played the long game, calculating his influence and staying strategic, Youngsta has built his name off shock tactics and unpredictable behavior. If the two can't find balance, fans fear the rift could spiral into a deadly confrontation. Whispers are also circling about whether Youngsta might flip under pressure. The idea has spread quickly. When a crew's common enemy is gone, the cracks start to show. For years, that enemy was Dolph. But with Dolph no longer in the picture, suspicion is turning inward, and some believe the infighting could push someone toward cooperating with authorities. That theory gained traction during the trial. Cornelius Smith, one of the alleged shooters, shocked the courtroom when he became the prosecution's star witness. He identified both himself and Justin Johnson in the surveillance footage tied to the scene of Dolph's murder. More than that, he testified that the $100,000 bounty came from Big Jook, Yo Gotti's brother. Those claims rocked the case and reignited the conversation about CMG's inner circle. If the walls are closing in, fans worry the pressure could make former allies turn against each other in ways nobody expected. That's where Hernandez Govan entered the spotlight. According to Cornelius Smith's testimony, Govan was the one orchestrating things behind the scenes. He allegedly had close ties to CMG and acted as the middleman in the plot. But when it came time for trial, the defense dismantled Cornelius's credibility, branding him a pathological liar. That strategy worked. Govan ended up walking free with a full acquittal. Then there was Justin Johnson's half-brother, Jamarcus Johnson. In June 2023, he pled guilty to 3 counts of accessory after the fact. That plea revealed he admitted to helping his brother hide out following the murder. And as part of his agreement, he could potentially be forced to testify against his own family. His lawyer emphasized Jamarcus had no prior knowledge of the killing and wasn't involved when it happened. Still, his cooperation was widely seen as a classic case of cutting a deal to dodge a long sentence. That moment marked another crack in the wall of loyalty surrounding the case. With Govan acquitted, the state's central theory of who ordered the hit fell apart completely. That collapse left a vacuum in the narrative and heightened suspicion among everyone still tied to the situation. Who really pulled the strings, and who might end up carrying the weight next? The acquittal sparked outrage among Young Dolph's supporters. Many fans had been convinced Govan played a pivotal role. Seeing him walk away with no conviction felt like a deep injustice. Critics pointed out how calculated the attempts on Dolph's life had been in the past, and questioned how one of the alleged masterminds could slip through the cracks so easily. The frustration only amplified speculation about how deep the conspiracy may have truly gone. While Hernandez Govan is walking free, it's important to remember that Young Dolph's story was marked by multiple attempts on his life long before the fatal shooting. The first major attempt unfolded back in 2017 during CIAA weekend in Charlotte. In broad daylight, Dolph's SUV was sprayed with more than 100 rounds just blocks away from the arena hosting the basketball championship. The attack caused chaos across the area. Multiple cars were struck, shell casings were left scattered across the street, and panicked bystanders scrambled for safety. Reports quickly surfaced that Dolph had already bulletproofed his truck, almost as if he anticipated danger coming from Gotti's circle. That foresight likely saved his life. In the aftermath, 3 men were arrested in connection with the ambush: Blac Youngsta, Frederick Black, and Antoine Anus Gardner. Each was charged with conspiracy and discharging a firearm into occupied property. The case immediately intensified speculation about the ongoing feud. But when reporters pressed Dolph about the arrests, he didn't flinch. Instead of hiding, he doubled down on his image and used the chaos to fuel his music. He even performed his infamous Yo Gotti diss track, Play Wit Yo Be Kai, shortly after the shooting. Then, he released an entire trio of tracks inspired by the incident: 100 Shots, In Charlotte, and Bulletproof. Eventually, prosecutors dropped the charges against Blac Youngsta. Court documents explained the decision, noting that the only connection was a vehicle rented in his name. There was no evidence he was driving it during the shooting or even present at the time. Still, the suspicion never fully disappeared, and the events of 2017 set the tone for what was to come. Because soon after, a second attempt on Young Dolph's life would unfold, escalating the feud even further. He wasn't a superstar yet, but Young Dolph's buzz was growing fast. By 2012, the landscape of Memphis rap was shifting. Yo Gotti had already solidified his spot in the industry, but Dolph wasn't far behind. His independent grind was paying off, and Gotti definitely noticed the rise. That's when he reached out to Dolph about doing a community event aimed at uplifting the youth in Memphis. There's actual footage of that show where both Gotti and Dolph stood on stage together. It remains the only known performance they ever shared, and for a brief moment, it looked like unity was possible. Some even believed they might evolve into allies, putting the city first. That show took place in August 2012, the very same period Gotti allegedly made a pitch to bring Dolph into CMG. According to Gotti himself, August 24, 2012 was the last time he and Dolph spoke. After that moment, no public records exist of any direct collaborations or conversations. Outwardly, things seemed calm, but under the surface, cracks were already forming. What followed was years of subliminal shots in songs, interviews, and street chatter that grew uglier with time. Those quiet tensions soon erupted into violence, and Dolph's independence made him a target. Multiple attempts were made on his life, and tragically, the feud reached its darkest point with his murder in 2021. The loss left the city reeling, and the streets responded in their own way. In the months that followed, several figures who had dissed Dolph or been rumored to have ties to his death ended up dead themselves, including Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, and Blac Youngsta's brother, Heavy Camp TD. The cycle of retaliation showed just how deep the wounds ran. Now, with Blac Youngsta officially distancing himself from CMG, the chessboard has shifted once again. Fans are left wondering what happens next. Will this fracture ignite more conflict, or could it mark the beginning of a new chapter in Memphis rap politics? Only time will tell. But now I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Blac Youngsta's exit from CMG signals real tension with Yo Gotti? Or is this just another smokescreen in a long, dangerous game? Drop your comments below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next update.